Hey guys, how's it going? So this week on Flurt, we are discussing study tips and ways to improve learning and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I am not the best at studying. I procrastinate a lot. I can get very lazy. I'm easily distracted. I'm literally all the worst things when it comes to studying. But I have made it to university, so clearly I did something right along the way. I don't want to come across as patronising or anything in my video, so I thought instead of just telling you guys stuff you should do, I thought I'd tell you guys stuff that you shouldn't do. So mistakes that I make that I know are wrong and I'm trying to work on at the moment. The first thing I'd say not to ever do is to tell yourself that you're going to do that work later, because I don't even know you and I know that later in your mind does not exist. Okay, I know it, you know it, your pet dog knows it. If you say you're going to do something later, you probably aren't. Just do it in that moment and I promise you, you'll feel like 100 times better whenever you do whatever else you have to do with your day. Second thing never to do is to just copy off boards and slides. I think this tip is important for like people who are learning from like a lecture type situation. So there's essentially lots of people in a class and you're just taking notes. I think this is useful because the slides or presentations are usually available so you can like always access them, but what you don't always have access to is the brain of the lecturer. So I think in some senses it's more important to listen to what they're saying and their sort of expertise than it is to just copy down a few dates, because those can always be put in later. And what I tend to do is when I'm making notes, if there's a really long quote or something, I'll just be writing the notes about that quote, but then write see quote from PowerPoint, and then I'll be able to trace my notes. And I think that's quite handy because one, you're getting, little bits of information that you might not have got otherwise, and two, when you have to go through the PowerPoint again, it will jog your memory, and that's probably a good way to consolidate your knowledge. I think the third thing that you shouldn't do applies to if you have to miss a lecture or a class. And sometimes it happens, sometimes you just have a really bad hangover. I think it's important when you, eventually get the notes. You'll probably tend to get them off a friend that was in that class. And I think it's important to get the notes off more than one person, because it then allows you to have like a sort of wider view of the whole lecture, and I think that's important, especially if you've missed it, because you probably know nothing or very little about that subject. My fourth and final tip of what not to do is not to just leave your notes unorganised, and don't be that person that says they're always going to file all their stuff later. Don't be the person that is there at the end of the year with random handouts from the first lecture in the middle of your revision notes for the last module, because that's not what you need. And that's also my cue to go and do that and end this video. So if you guys enjoyed this video or my study tips, I guess, helped you, then please give this video a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to Flurt. As you guys may know, we have a new issue out, so please check that out, which I'll link down below. And I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye! What are you saying? Think before you speak.